Good morning to our viewers in St. Martin and around the world. You are watching SXM Daily News Magazine, which is a weekly live show to bring you up to date with the latest news, current events, and feature stories. I am Valerie Van Putten, and I'm joined by my co-host, Fernando Clark. Good morning, Fernando.
Good morning,
How
Valerie.
are you?
I'll be honest with you, it feels as if I was here just 10 minutes ago. The week has gone by so quickly.
Yes, time is flying.
Again, as usual, so much has happened during the week, and we'll be bringing that to our viewers during this broadcast. We have a lot of information, so I would invite you to stay tuned. Don't move, because we've got quite a lot. Let me tell you some of the things we got. Let me just tell you about it.
Okay.
We have less lines to be expected with online payment for services. Minister Richardson opens up about her approach to immigration, along with the weather update and more. So stay tuned. Don't move.
Shoppers Plaza and Lucky's Wholesale. These are the Lucky group of companies for all your beauty supplies. We offer a wide selection of professional hair care products like Pantene, Tresemme, Vitals, Motions, and Suave. Hair relaxers and natural hair products such as Oris Olive Oil, Mega Growth, Africa Best Natural, Creme of Nature, and Organics, just to name a few. They also carry Dove lotions, deodorants, shampoos, and body wash. Avon Timely perfumes and deodorants. Sanex line of shampoo, body washes, lotions, and body sprays. Secret and Fa deodorants and body wash. For the men, we carry a selection of beauty products also, such as Axe body spray and lotions, Root shaving products, Old Spice shaving products, including Suave shampoo and conditioners. In Lucky 2, we carry Maybelline Cosmetics and L'Oreal color and hair dyes, hair extensions, wigs in all styles, shapes, and colors. And from the Yannick collection, we have synthetic and human hair. Also an electronics section with gaming accessories, jewelry, and watches by Seiko, Casio, and Citizen, and a wide selection of household cleaning products. Visit any of the Lucky group of companies, Lucky 2, Shoppers Plaza, and our wholesale department.
Organic Creations is your place when looking for natural health supplements and whole foods. We supply a wide variety of herbal teas, multivitamins, liquid herbs, artist life products, organic nuts and grains, essential oils, and supplements for a wide variety of health conditions, all at reasonable price. Our certified nutritionist is the perfect guide for supplements that best suit you. Inquire also about our gift certificate for that special someone. Remember, your health is your responsibility. So visit Organic Creations today at shop number 1 in the Orange Grove Shopping Center there in Colby, or call us at 721-523-9496. We open Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Organic Creations, where your health is top priority.
And welcome back. You're watching SXM Daily News Magazine. And our first news item, the Civil Registry is now accepting online payments. During the Council of Ministers press briefing on Wednesday, December 8th, the Prime Minister, Sylvia Jacobs, gave an update on the government's rollout of the online payment option for civil registry services. A total of 7 common services, such as requesting registration forms, address changes, among others. These options allow services to be provided at any time and anywhere from residents and even citizens abroad. Here's more from the Prime Minister.
The Civil Registry Department, I mentioned this last week, has taken 7 of its services online. It falls within the Ministry of General Affairs. We are super, super proud of this achievement. So whether you are on island or off island, persons now have full digital access to 7 civil registry services. You may request family trees, local address change, migration deregistration, so when you have to remove yourself from the registration forms, also requests for existing certificates that are on our database, to transfer driver's license as well as driver's license declarations. These services are now online, also at the Stasi de Vita, I believe, are online at the St. Martin services.stmartingov.org/civil registry. I'll repeat, services.stmartingov.org/civil registry. Payment for the services can also be done online using either a major credit card or a debit card, and some of the available products can also be received digitally as well. According to our laws, some will still have to be picked up in person, but that does reduce the amount of time that you would have to spend in the building. The launch is already seeing some traffic, and for the first 2 days, we've already had 20 requests. For more information, you may also call 542-0652, 542-0652, and we will be announcing our public service announcements via DCOM.
That was Prime Minister, the Honorable Sylvia Jacobs. And now in other news, Minister of Justice gives her stance on immigration. Some persons will be and are negatively affected by the decisions made, said Minister of Justice, the Honorable Anna Richardson, in a response to a question about the impact of immigration challenges faced by some youth of St. Martin. It is commonly known on the island that many children are born and raised right here, but in some instances are unable to obtain permanent residency or their Dutch rights, which has led to frustrations, deportations, and even court cases. The minister added that the laws must be followed and provided more context on this clip.
There are so many scenarios in our community of what indeed young persons are experiencing. But the fact of the matter is that this country has laws that existed even way before Minister Richardson took up the position as Minister of Justice, right? And the law states that if a child is born on St. Martin to a parent who does not have Dutch nationality, that child assumes the nationality of their birth mother. You see? So the reality of the matter, or unless, acknowledged by their Dutch father. Indeed, that has not, unfortunately, been the case for many of our youth on the island. And indeed, as a country, we are trying to discover within the law what can we do. But I do not believe that it is fair, and that is my lack of finding a better word to use. But I don't know if it is fair to place the full onus on Country St. Martin or the country for the circumstance that the decision of certain parents have made that affects their children today, right? We, as an immigration entity responsible for this, we're doing everything that we possibly can to see how we can help it. But the reality is that some persons will be and are negatively affected by the decisions made, whether it be by persons that held office, persons within, their parents, and that list can be quite extensive. But it is not the intention of either my person, those who work in the immigration sector, or anyone who has to make a decision about any particular case to be negative or harm anyone. We are simply trying to ensure that the laws and the authority that I have is used wisely, right? So I cannot make decisions that goes outside of what the law authorizes me to do, because then I'll be placing myself in some serious trouble. So I understand that persons, aren't fully aware, and we're trying to do our best to also educate the public about what does our laws state. We have a website. We're trying to put as much information up there. We're working with a marketing team. We want to be able to really get persons in all the various languages that we cater to on the island to be informed. But I think it is really important to understand what our laws says and the authority of the minister to ensure that we adhere to that.
Minister Richardson also spoke about the plan of approach to enhance the police force and said she's looking into finding ways of recruiting students considering the hurdle of the language barrier. The Justice Ministry is in particular, it functions strictly in Dutch given the technicality of legal terms and language of the laws. Nevertheless, this is what the minister had to say.
So, Minister, we've noticed a spike in accident reports in the past months. However, is the ministry considering publishing a crime report on whether there's been an increase or decrease in crime, and also to provide the public with statistics of the types of crime that affect our community?
Thank you, Mr. Kantar. That in itself is, I see publications coming out from CARPSM that basically speaks on this, and also kind of giving the motorists and persons within the community, awareness as to what they should be vigilant about, contributors to these accidents, safety tips, etc. Now, if you're expecting or requesting that some sort of a chart is published that gives these statistical numbers, that's something that we can discover. Do you think it will be helpful to motorists in terms of diminishing our accidents, etc.? It would be interesting to see, but I definitely can query with the Chief of Police to see if the statistical information can be provided.
Sorry, Minister. I don't mean accidents specifically.
Crime.
But I don't mean accidents.
You're saying crime?
Yeah, crime.
In general? Yeah. Okay. I'll have a discussion with the chief to see if that is something that we can formulate, put together for 2022 and publish.
Minister of Justice, the Honorable Anna Richardson. Turning now to our weather forecast. Today through Sunday morning, fair to partly cloudy, slightly hazy and breezy with passing showers. Trade wind showers are expected to be enhanced by moisture and instability associated with a mid-level trough. A further deterioration in sea conditions is expected with waves peaking up to 9 feet. Therefore, small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise extreme caution. So the outlook through Monday morning, partly cloudy to cloudy, slightly hazy and breezy with isolated showers. Now, let's take a look at our 3-day forecast.
coming up after the break. The Joint Ombudsman Conference didn't mince sentiments. President of the Central Bank featured on Local Talk Show, and our discussion on some of today's headlines. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Shoppers Plaza and Lucky's Wholesale. These are the Lucky Group of companies for all your beauty supplies. We offer a wide selection of professional hair care products like Pantene, Tresemme, Vitals, Motions, and Suave. Hair relaxers and natural hair products such as Oris Olive Oil, Mega Growth, Africa Best Natural, Creme of Nature, and Organics, just to name a few. They also carry Dove lotions, deodorants, shampoos, and body wash. Avon Timely perfumes and deodorants. Sanex line of shampoo, body washes, lotions, and body sprays. Secret and Fa deodorants and body wash. For the men, we carry a selection of beauty products also, such as Axe body spray and lotions, Root shaving products, Old Spice shaving products, including Suave shampoo and conditioners. In Lucky 2, we carry Maybelline Cosmetics and L'Oreal color and hair dyes, hair extensions, wigs in all styles, shapes, and colors. And from the Yannick collection, we have synthetic and human hair. Also an electronics section with gaming accessories, jewelry, and watches by Seiko, Casio, and Citizen, and a wide selection of household cleaning products. Visit any of the Lucky Group of companies, Lucky 2, Shoppers Plaza, and our wholesale department.
Organic Creations is your place when looking for natural health supplements and whole foods. We supply a wide variety of herbal teas, multivitamins, liquid herbs, Artist Life products, organic nuts and grains, essential oils, and supplements for a wide variety of health conditions, all at a reasonable price. Our certified nutritionist is the perfect guide for supplements that best suit you. Inquire also about our gift certificate for that special someone. Remember, your health is your responsibility. So visit Organic Creations today at shop number 1 in the Orange Grove Shopping Center there in Colby, or call us at 721-523-9496. We open Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Organic Creations, where your health is top priority.
And welcome back, everyone. The president, in other news at this time, the president of the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Martin, Richard Dornbosch, sat in an interview with Ralph Contav, where he discussed the regulations governing financial institutions on the Bosch's response on the current focus on the central bank.
We don't use this information. This information is most of the time being sent to the Financial Intelligence Unit, and then this information is analyzed by the Financial Intelligence Unit and then being sent to the Public Prosecutor Office, and then often specialized teams that use this kind of data to prosecute criminal activity. So what we do is making sure that the banks comply with the rules and regulations, so they are in a position to monitor transactions and in a position to provide this information to the authorities that deal with the prosecution of this illegal activity. So we are not a criminal investigator in that sense.
Okay. And what would you say are the main concerns of the central bank where our financial industry is concerned? I can imagine there's always room for improvement. So, in your purview, where can that change be made?
So, where we are looking at present is we see three trends that will affect the banking sector, and it's often called 3 C's. So, climate, COVID, and cyber. And so that is something that we're really looking at. So what is the impact of COVID-19 on the balance sheet of financial institutions? That is definitely something that we need to monitor and watch. We are also very interested in how banks are protecting their data. And so they use information technology systems, and of course we know that also because of COVID-19 that cyber criminals are more active trying to steal data from and ask sometimes ransomware from financial institutions. So that is something of a concern that we are following very closely, and also what banks and others are doing in this space. And finally, something a bit farther on the horizon is climate change. This is becoming more and more prominent on the agenda, both if the world is acting. So if the world would be acting, then of course the physical risk would go down, but then the transitional risk would go up, because this will impact the energy supply, this will impact energy prices, maybe energy prices go up. So how do you shield against these risks? So those are examples of priorities for us when we look at financial institutions. But the list is quite much longer, because we feel that also consumer protection is an important item where we should maybe put more attention to, but also have more responsibilities, because the legal responsibility that we have now is limited. And you mentioned already AML, CFT. So I think banking and the financial industry is in a very dynamic landscape with many things to take into consideration.
Okay.
That was the president of the central bank. You know, Valley, one of the things that has been, what should I say, not a concern, but it is something that it needs your attention. Our laws. You know, we spoke about police officers joining the force and so on. One of the biggest challenges we have is the Dutch language. You know, many of them who would love to become police officers or immigration officers or even lawyers or prosecutors, but our laws are all in Dutch. We have the English translation, but they are in Dutch, and that can pose a challenge.
It can. But I've always said that we should start with the Dutch because we attend Dutch, well, we used to attend Dutch school.
Yeah.
Most of us attended Dutch school, but we always needed to start Dutch from in kindergarten.
Yeah.
That's the only way we can't start teaching Dutch in the 3rd or 4th grade.
No.
Because a child, learns a language faster when the younger he or she is, the faster, the quicker they catch on to it. You know, but we have this dual thing now, but because of our laws, you know, Dutch people don't like to change.
Yeah, they
it's
feel
always
like,
been in Dutch, and we're going to continue it in Dutch.
What they have created is perfect. So, but you know, let's say if a police officer were to pull you over now here in St. Martin, he will approach you speaking English.
Yes.
If you go to Curacao, they'll approach you speaking Papiamento.
Yeah.
You know, so they communicate with the people in the language that they understand.
Yes, I understand that.
So maybe we should start looking at how we can get our laws, moved over into English also. Because we're still part of the Dutch kingdom, you can't say, well, let's do away with the Dutch.
Exactly. That's my whole take on it.
But we should work on getting the English to be the legal part.
More accepted, yeah.
So, and then I think it would be much easier, because what is the purpose of the law? The purpose of the law is to make sure that things go right, that you have control. Now, whether you do that in English, Dutch, Spanish, whatever language, it is not about the language, it's about the purpose of the law, which is to maintain control, maintain law, and so on. So whether we do that in English, Spanish, Chinese, Yoruba, or whatever it is, I think we should work on accomplishing our goals and don't make the language the point of departure. Let me put it that way. Okay. But we are part of the kingdom, so we have to deal with the Dutch.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you go to court, they speak Dutch in court. You know, the court is recorded in Dutch, even if you speak English. You know, so well, Valerie. In other news, the Ombudsman Van Zutphen detailed the need for accountability. He said, "It is up to us to constantly confront our ministers, our governor, the people who are in charge in our countries," said René Van Zutphen, the Ombudsman of the Netherlands, to reporters at the joint press conference of the Ombudsman of the Kingdom. The conference was held on the 29th of November on the shared experience and meetings of the three ombudsmen in the Dutch Kingdom. Zutphen expressed the value of advice given by the Ombudsman Office to governments and added the following.
It's easily said that human rights are violated here, that there is a sort of fundamental right on health care, that there is a fundamental right on, well, you know, you name it. There is this important treaty, and you were mentioning bringing cases to the court in Strasbourg, the Human Rights Court. Next to the fact that it would be rather difficult for us to do so. But it will, from the point of view of an ombudsman, it is important that judges say what the rights are and how the law should function. It's up to us to constantly confront our ministers, our governors, the people who are in charge in our countries, to show them what is happening if they do not take the right decisions. So what we will do with our reports is not only say you should do better and make better laws, but also confront them with what actually happened. That's what we did with our poverty report for elderly people on Bonaire. What we did with the poverty for the young people on Bonaire, what we are now doing for young families on Bonaire, what the St. Martin Ombudsman did for on the housing after the hurricane. That's exactly the same what our Curacao colleague does. Always confront the people in charge who have the power with what is happening if they do not do the right thing. Because that from time to time is a starting point for change. And we cannot give you a doctors. We cannot give you a hospital. We can't give you the police. But we can give you our opinion, not because we think so, but because it is fundamental for a good, proper functioning society, that those rights are respected and that the ones who govern our countries take that seriously. And that's what we always will do. And on the level of the kingdom, there is not something like the kingdom ombudsman. So, but we actually did, the three of us, we framed ourselves as a partners of three, and we framed ourselves as the kingdom ombudsman. And from that point of view, we can take human rights as a common interest, not only for the three of us, but for all the peoples in the kingdom. So this might be a sort of daydreaming, but at the same time, I think from time to time we see little progress. Sometimes only, you know, when I'm in Parliament in The Hague, I can say something on the social minimum on Bonaire. And then after years or months, we see a raise. And we can tell them what will be the effect if they do not raise again next year. And we can tell them if they do not take care of the elderly people, what disastrous that will be for society. If they do not educate their young people, what will happen in the near future with Bonaire and Seba and Statia and Curacao and Aruba and St. Martin. That's what we do. So we are speaking truth to power. That's what we can do. Tell the truth to those who are in power and hope that they will listen, or sometimes by some rude words make them listening.
And there's more to come. Imran Maksoud talks business and history. World Health Organization addresses concerns of new COVID strain, and there's much more. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Organic Creations is your place when looking for natural health supplements and whole foods. We supply a wide variety of herbal teas, multivitamins, liquid herbs, artist life products, organic nuts and grains, essential oils, and supplements for a wide variety of health conditions, all at reasonable price. Our certified nutritionist is the perfect guide for supplements that best suit you. Inquire also about our gift certificate for that special someone. Remember, your health is your responsibility. So visit Organic Creations today at shop number 1 in the Orange Grove Shopping Center there in Colby, or call us at 721-523-9496. We open Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Organic Creations, where your health is top priority.
Can't believe the internet is still not back.
What else is new?
That's it. We're switching to Tele. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, we get that a lot. Ready to get started?
Yes, please, right this way.
Whoa. That's it. We're all set up. Any questions?
Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in my next video.
So sorry for the delay. Absolutely, we'll get that done. Just give me 2 minutes.
I'm right behind you. Get on.
Every time.
Lucky 2, Shoppers Plaza, and Lucky's Wholesale. These are the Lucky group of companies for all your beauty supplies. We offer a wide selection of professional hair care products like Pantene, Tresemme, Vitals, Motions, and Suave. Hair relaxers and natural hair products such as Oris Olive Oil, Mega Growth, Africa Best Natural, Creme of Nature, and Organics, just to name a few. They also carry Dove lotions, deodorants, shampoos, and body wash, Avon Timely perfumes and deodorants, Sanex line of shampoo, body washes, lotions, and body sprays, Secret and Fa deodorants and body wash. For the men, we carry a selection of beauty products also, such as Axe body spray and lotions, Root shaving products, Old Spice shaving products, including Suave shampoo and conditioners. In Lucky 2, we carry Maybelline Cosmetics and L'Oreal color and hair dyes, hair extensions, wigs in all styles, shapes, and colors. And from the Yannick collection, we have synthetic and human hair. Also an electronics section with gaming accessories, jewelry, and watches by Seiko, Casio, and Citizen, and a wide selection of household cleaning products. Visit any of the Lucky group of companies, Lucky 2, Shoppers Plaza, and our wholesale department.
And thank you for staying with us. In the next news, we have Imran Amjad shares background story of Nadrico. Businessman and renowned cricket supporter Imran Maqsood Amjad, better known as Maqsood, was interviewed as well by Ralph Contab, where he spoke about his experience building Nadrico and other business ventures, along with his take on St. Martin's economic potential. Here's more on that story.
Course, how exactly you built Nadrico to where it is today. And I guess my first question for you is in relation to building networks and relationships, to help establish a company. And I ask that because, I know that you would often refer to reinsurers. And so can you detail, your approach to pitching your company and getting support and building networks, that led to it being taken to another level?
Right. So the key to me about any business, and maybe you might ask me that later, but is as understanding the business, you must have a pretty good understanding of the business that you're working in, or you're running, or you are entering. So at the time, there was I would say the insurance knowledge rested mostly in me. We had a couple of staff that were working there, but they didn't have much of the insurance knowledge. We had another guy of Dutch origin but lived in England that came to assist in reinsurance, but unfortunately he was in his 60s, and during the very short, he just lasted a year by us, and during that year he contracted cancer and died soon after. So a lot of this was left upon me. First, you have to teach the people. I mean, business is all about people, and first the people that work for you, and then the people that you work for.
Yeah.
Right? In a nutshell, the customers that we call customers out there, actually, a good business person should quickly realize that you work for that customer, right? And the people who we call employees work for you. So therefore, I would say that I was very focused on growing this company. I understood the business very well. We didn't have much capital. I tell people repeatedly that we started Nagico with a mere $75,000 in the bank. You don't start insurance companies with that kind of money, but it's what I had. I could complain that we should have $500,000 in case a storm happens, but you have to manage what you have. So it meant that we had to do more reinsurance than we need to. But the more reinsurance you do, the more money you're giving to somebody else as well, right? So if I had more money, I can take more risk and reinsure less. If I don't have enough money, I can't take as much risk. I have to reinsure more, but that means I have to pay more of the income I bring to the reinsurer. Of course, if there is a catastrophe, they chip in and they help to pay you, and if nothing happens, your profit keep growing, hopefully, as you grow the business. So that is the way the insurance business works. But the business is all about relationships. You hit the nail on the head there. The relationship you have with the people that work with you is vitally important. The relationship that you have with clients and customers, vitally important. The relationship you have with, in this case, suppliers. If you think of basic business, you have to think that the reinsurer is like a supplier, right? And you were like a retailer, right? So that's the way you have to look at it, and your relationship with the reinsurer is vitally important.
Gotcha.
I understood that very well, and I think I either had the personality, but I think more importantly, I had the sense of imagination, the sense of understanding of the business. And I guess part of my nature is that I build good relationships. People who know me get to understand that and like working with me and like being around me. You know, I've once said to people that I see some people make some critical comments about me, and I once told a friend about a year ago who was telling me about this, and I said, well, you know, almost everybody who I've seen written something negative about me have never sat with me for 5 minutes. So they have no idea who I am. They have no idea who I think and what I intend and what I want to do. But you pass judgment based on, you know, some thing based on your own mentality or your own thinking. But at the end of the day, I felt that I was pretty good at building employee loyalty. And the two staff I was telling you that lasted from the beginning, one retired a couple of years ago and the other one is still working with Nagico. So that sense of loyalty is still there. the reinsurers that have been working with us for decades, even with all the losses from Hurricanes Lewis and Marlin and Irma, so they're still there supporting Nagico, right? Because of that relationship that was built over the years. We have several agents, brokers, and so on, and their staff all over the St. Martin and the whole Caribbean. And the relationship that we have built at Nagico with all these people are pretty good, pretty sound, and working very well. And then, of course, you have to manage your finances. Good financial management is key for any business, and more so a financial institution. And I try to ensure that we do that. And, because of that, we keep growing.
And that was Imran Maksud.
I call him Mac.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Val,
Anyway,
we
Fernando,
just lost another icon.
we just lost another one. Yeah, we lost another icon, and Arthur Lugis. He was the manager of the Young Rolling Tones, I understand. He was also the liaison officer of students, St. Martin students at Tallahassee University, as well as I remember Arthur as the owner and operator of Arthur's T-shirt house in Plaza 21. When Plaza 21 opened many moons ago, But and he was always involved in something. Arthur was always involved in something.
Never sat down quiet. Always had ideas to work on.
Yes.
And so on. I worked with him for a while at WTN Cable, and but I knew him even before that. And he's one of those guys who was quick to recognize what he has done in society. And I think in Tallahassee, when he worked in Tallahassee, I think that was his cap, the feather in his cap. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
But Arthur was always a person, I knew him from in the JCs. We were both members of the JCs.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Nice.
So we go way back, JCs go up to age 40, so you know how long ago we're talking about.
Yeah.
But Arthur, he was one of those guys to always had an idea, always had something, that he can work on. And, he was never one of those who gave up and said, well,
who shied away from anything, you know what I mean?
And he wet his foot in politics also. I don't think he ever ran on a list, but he has always been in the background.
Okay.
Of the National Alliance, for instance. He helped them work on their governing plans and governing accord and all of that. So he has always been one of those people who was involved, busy. So we will miss Arthur dearly. I myself was wondering, where was he for a while, and then I heard that.
We heard, yes, but I'll tell you something else. They had it out that he had died since about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Weeks, I think. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's
and
been
we
a while.
heard that he had passed away.
And then when it happened, it was like, okay.
Our condolences go to the families and friends of Arthur Raul Lugis. So may his soul rest in peace.
Now, in other news, during a press conference on Wednesday, December the 8th, the World Health Organization, WHO, said that early data indicates the Omicron coronavirus variant may easily reinfect people who have already had the virus or been vaccinated more than previous variants, but could also cause a milder disease. Emerging data from the South Africa scientists suggest that increased risk of reinfection with Omicron, who Chief Tedros Ghebreyesus told reporters on Wednesday, adding that this is also some evidence that Omicron causes milder disease than Delta. But he emphasized more data was still needed. Ghebreyesus addressed nations and stated that before drawing firm conclusions, countries should increase their surveillance to help provide a clearer picture of how Omicron is behaving, Al Jazeera reported. The hopeful assessment from WHO came as global concern grew over the heavily mutated variant, which has resulted in dozens of nations reimposing border restrictions, and fears still persist as the possibility of a return to lockdown looms.
Well,
we're not out of the woods yet.
Yep, I was about to say we're still in the woodworks.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we have more stories coming up to close off this week's headlines news. St. Martin government hosts Thanksgiving service for ending of hurricane season. New volunteer platform goes online for the island and a special serenade of Christmas cheers. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Lucky 2, Shoppers Plaza, and Lucky's Wholesale. These are the Lucky group of companies for all your beauty supplies. We offer a wide selection of professional hair care products like Pantene, Tresemme, Vitals, Motions, and Suave. Hair relaxers and natural hair products such as Oris Olive Oil, Mega Growth, Africa Best Natural, Creme of Nature, and Organics, just to name a few. They also carry Dove lotions, deodorants, shampoos, and body wash, Avon Timely perfumes and deodorants, Sanex line of shampoo, body washes, lotions, and body sprays, Secret and Fa deodorants and body wash. For the men, we carry a selection of beauty products also, such as Axe body spray and lotions, Root shaving products, Old Spice shaving products, including Suave shampoo and conditioners. In Lucky 2, we carry Maybelline Cosmetics and L'Oreal color and hair dyes, hair extensions, wigs in all styles, shapes, and colors. And from the Yannick collection, we have synthetic and human hair. Also an electronics section with gaming accessories, jewelry, and watches by Seiko, Casio, and Citizen, and a wide selection of household cleaning products. Visit any of the Lucky group of companies, Lucky 2, Shoppers Plaza, and our wholesale department.
Organic Creations is your place when looking for natural health supplements and whole foods. We supply a wide variety of herbal teas, multivitamins, liquid herbs, artist-life products, organic nuts and grains, essential oils, and supplements for a wide variety of health conditions, all at reasonable price. Our certified nutritionist is the perfect guide for supplements that best suit you. Inquire also about our gift certificate for that special someone. Remember, your health is your responsibility. So visit Organic Creations today at shop number 1 in the Orange Grove Shopping Center there in Colby, or call us at 721-523-9496. We open Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Organic Creations, where your health is top priority.
Can't believe the internet is still not back.
What else is new?
That's it. We're switching to Tele. Wow, that was fast. Yeah, we get that a lot. Ready to get started?
Yes, please. Right this way.
Whoa. That's it. We're all set up. Any questions?
Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in my next video.
So sorry for the delay. Absolutely, we'll get that done. Just give me 2 minutes.
I'm right behind you. Get down, get down, get down. Every time.
SXM Daily News Magazine will be broadcast live every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. with Valerie Van Putten and Fernando Clark. The magazine news features local news, world news, sports, politics, business, Caribbean news, health, fashion, and entertainment. The program airs simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, www.stmartinmediacenter.com. Repeats on TV 15 on Saturday at 6 p.m. and on Sunday at 9 p.m. You can call 580-0627 or 580-0351, email sxmdailynews@gmail.com. For any developing news, go to our website, www.stmartinmediacenter.com.
Welcome back. You are watching SXM Daily News Magazine, and we will bring you a review of the Thanksgiving Day service. On Sunday, December 5th, the government of St. Martin, in collaboration with the St. Martin Christian Council, the St. Martin United Ministerial Foundation, and the Seventh-day Adventist Church, held the 22nd annual Thanksgiving Day service at the New Testament Baptist Church in Phillipsburg. The service featured a range of speakers under the theme, "Let all things now living unite in thanksgiving." Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the service.
The theme, "Let all things now living unite in thanksgiving." The plants, the animals, even the stones can worship God. What a privilege for me and you to be together today and to come in this intention to give God thanks for everything. And I know that it will sound harsh. I myself lost a loved one, my youngest brother, this year. And so there will be many that have memories that give us pain.
Fellow brothers and sisters, as we join to give thanks today, let us reflect upon the season. Let us remain grateful and never ever take for granted the comfort and the peace that we have as believers, knowing that it is well, no matter what happens. St. Martin is blessed, and this year's Thanksgiving service, having aptly been themed, "Let all things now living unite in thanksgiving," gives us a sense of, and I know many of us are feeling the pinch, but we have that sense of there is a way forward. We can get up in the morning, give thanks for that breath, for the hands to work, for the minds to think, and to know that we can get out of this downfall.
Where are we divided? We have to face this country because God put us all here for the progressiveness of the country, for the upbuilding of the country, for the well-being of the country. Am I talking to the church? Now I know we come from all over the globe. No problem. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. You're here, so you have to work for here. And whatever happened here is going to affect all of us. So let me show you something. A couple of years ago, one of my members died. She was building a home back home, but she dead here. You know how many people building home back home and they're dead here too? It's more expensive to carry her back, so we bury them here. You have to work for the benefit of the country.
And welcome back. Volunteer.sx officially launched on St. Martin. On Monday, December the 6th, a national volunteer platform or website, volunteer.sx, officially went live during a gathering at Port St. Martin. The website is an initiative of the St. Martin Development Fund, SMDF, St. Martin Development Foundation, and NPower, an arm of 4C Foundation that allows for better connection of persons, businesses, and community initiatives to streamline volunteer opportunities across the island. The idea is to make it easier and faster for persons to volunteer and give back in a wide range of programs. The Volunteer.sx partners are Talem Group, Port St. Martin, and Deed Mob, and each representative gave remarks. Talem Group and Port St. Martin were the first to sign on to fund the platform. Thus far, there are a total of 31 foundations and organizations registered on volunteer.sx. More organizations will also be added to the platform based on NPower's extensive local database. And
that's another positive thing.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm also seeing that on Front Street, Fernando, when you're walking up, the stores out for rent, they have like art gallery, they have art displayed, which makes nice for the tourists, have something to look at except for a bare store.
Oh, those are the locations that are for rent.
Yes.
That's another thing, though. We never used to see stores for rent on Front Street.
Not on Front Street.
You couldn't find that.
Exactly. But anyway, and I also want to mention really quick that the job fair is next week for the airport, PGIA, the airport, and I hope that many people will turn out for that.
A lot of people are saying they're jobless, they need work. Well, this is the opportunity to go and do just that. So we urge you to check it out.
Okay. Well, Fernando, I want to thank everyone for watching today's broadcast on SXM Daily News Magazine. We encourage you to like, share, and follow our Facebook and YouTube page at SXM Daily News for more updates. And feel free to email us your reviews or stories at sxmdailynews@gmail.com. If you've witnessed or were tipped about a breaking news story, then WhatsApp us at 721-580-0627. Our broadcast and other entertaining and informational archives can be accessed at stmartinmediacenter.com. And by the way, you can also rewatch this live broadcast later this evening at 6 p.m. on TV 15, and then tomorrow Sunday at 9 p.m. as well. We wish you a pleasant week, and until next week, have a good weekend, Fernando.
And safe.
Here is some Christmas cheer from our studio to you with a cultural throwback. Happy holidays.